Hey guys, welcome back. Origami here, bringing you the next of our live deck matches using the new cards from Tag Team or whatever the set's called. I always forget because like there's Tag Team, Tag Volt, Team Up. I think it's Team Up in English actually. So yeah, on the left you have me. Hello, Orba. Nice to meet you. I am playing Latios and Latias Tag Team. You guys should know Latios and Latias are my third. I guess my fourth and fifth, or just fourth because I combined them favorite Pokemon, and I'm really excited about this deck. This is it's not Malamar though. This is going to be using the Morgan, Dana, Annette, and Evelyn. I think that's how you say all those names. That whole engine there. I was really hesitant about playing this. I wanted to try on a video because, you know, why not? I haven't. It's like one of those engines that are like kind of wacky, and I don't know if people like it. And I thought why would I play this when I could play Malamar? But man, this engine surprised me. I can't wait to show you. Just stay tuned to watch this video. Also, don't forget to check out our sponsors. Like the video, leave a comment down below being what is your like fourth and fifth favorite Pokemon, because you know those questions are always fun. Leave a comment in the comment section down below, as well as whatever decks you want me to play in the future. And yeah, get a chance to win a couple of codes. And like the video if you guys want to support. Remember, if we get enough likes, we get the deck profiles coming up soon afterwards. And on the right, we have Kate, lovely lady of the channel. She is playing Rayquaza, the update Rayquaza with cards like Shaman Prism, Tapu Koko Prism, Wonder Labyrinth Prisms, and it's just prisms really. Rayquaza becomes really, really, really strong. But as you can see, I am mulliganing 5 times so far. Yeah, a lot of mulligans. This deck plays, the one I'm playing right now has 9 basic Pokemon, which like in hindsight really isn't that low of a number. I'm very surprised I'm mulliganing this much, but you know, it is what it is. Orabomb strikes again. 6 whole mulligans. I promise that's the last mulligan, guys. Don't worry about it. I will have the cards on screen. You know, I didn't do this in previous videos, but I'm doing it now, and I appreciate that you guys appreciate the fact that I'm doing it. It is a lot of extra work for me because that means that this is like an all-day ordeal for me to get all the pictures and like editing the screen and the layout and stuff for you guys to get these matches out. But if you guys, you know, the more you guys support the video, the more I'm happy that you guys are doing that. Now we are going to go first, I believe. No, we're going second. My opponent's starting with a, what is a 13 card hand. They led with one Pokemon, 7 card hand, drew 6, they drew now 6, 13 card hand with their top deck. That's a little bit ridiculous. My opponent's starting with Volkner. Rayquaza getting a lot of buffs. Tapu Koko Prism, giving it, we talked about it last time, so I'm probably, I'll put it, but we'll see what happens. We talked about it in the last video, but it does give you an extra accelerator by putting it in the Lost Zone and attaching 2 basic lightning energies to 2 Pokemon from your discard pile. Shaman Prism is literally just Rayquaza's attack that does 30 damage for each basic energy on board. So it's just Rayquaza's attack, but instead of being lightning and grass, it's any basic energy. So it's very strong. Obviously, a really good non-GX attacker. There's Rayquaza. Gonna go ahead and use the ability. Nothing too important, but my opponent's having a really good start here, so that's good. He kept keeping the lightning energy in the discard pile. You can abuse Coco if you need to. And they're going to go ahead and pass. My turn. I start with Dawnwings, which is unfortunate, but there's my Latios and Latias tag team. 250 HP tag team Pokemon, 1 retreat, which is kind of relevant. Incredibly strong GX attack. Its main attack for water, colorless, psychic does 250, I think, or 240. No, it's 240, yeah. It's 240 damage. Obviously, it's a dragon type, so you can get it with treasure. This deck plays 4 Lele because we're all about getting the engine going. We also play 2 Steven. We're going to go ahead and get Morgana, and we have a nice busted opening hand here, getting... see all 4 of the pieces. If you guys don't know, Morgan does discard the other 3 ladies. You can look at the top 12 cards of your deck, and for every energy card you find there, you can attach it. So that includes energies as well, something to keep in mind. So in this we get we're gonna try to land a bunch of energies, see if we can get a nice early game lead. At 3-second energies, we can start attacking with Dawnwings as well, which is really nice. And we want to attach the rest of the Latias. Now the cool thing about this, right, is that this deck is really interesting. I thought that this was like, how are you going to keep up this engine throughout the game? I know you thin your deck, but is it really enough? When I played this deck, I was pleasantly surprised that you really only need to do it once the entire game. You don't actually have to do it as much as you think you have to, because you have Latios and Latias' GX attack, which means that you just have to take if you have an extra. Okay, so for 1 energy, you can attach up to 5 basic energies from your discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. And if you have an extra energy attached, you're immune to effects of attacks and damage the following turn. So you're like completely immune while you're setting up your board, which is really, really strong because that means Latios and Latias, because that's such high HP and such high damage output, you can usually take 2 knockouts before you go down. So if you can take 4 prizes before they take 3 off you, that's a pretty good trade in my opinion. But we did start with Dawnwings. We did take a prize. Shaman is coming up in the active, so that's one less Grubbin for us to deal with. This deck does play Venusaur Celebi. That is a deck we're going to do in the future, but it's a nice card in here because sometimes you want to put all your resources back in deck. It's a powerful GX deck. Because you have Vikavolt, it should be relatively easy to power it up. It doesn't really get showcased in this video, but it's a very good card. We do have a video for that coming up soon. They're going to go ahead and retreat into Venusaur because I can't OHKO it unless I have choice banded Lottie. They don't have Lysander Labs down, which does turn off the effects of tools, but you know, it's a risk. But I'm just gonna go ahead and damage it because that means banded Dawnwings can knock it out later, as well as just Latias can knock it out later. Maybe even Lele if they put a bunch of energies on the Venusaur if it acts with that. They're gonna go ahead and put down their own Lele though. And let's see, Volkner again, because Volkner is very strong in this deck. Your Rare Candy and Lightning Energies. You want manual attachments in this deck as well as Vikavolt, especially in this new format. Extremely high HP. These tag teams are a problem. Fat. But we're gonna go ahead and sorry, I thought I heard somebody coming in. Let's see. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the other girls have effects too. I'm sure the cards will be on screen, so I'm not going to explain them too much. One of them means that there's a stage 2 active, i.e. a Vikavolt. You can grab any 2 cards from your deck. The other one means you can put an energy from your Pokemon, from their big Pokemon at the top of your opponent's deck as well. So like, it's kind of good in this deck. It's not great, like, but I mean, they're good effects for sure. They're just not the best effects in the world. But we're going to go ahead and use Stevens here because no point in doing damage and not taking knockouts, right? We're going to go ahead and just try to set up for multiple knockouts the rest of this game. Maybe get some Guzmas, Choice Bands. Choice Bands going to be pretty big here, especially if they don't knock out my Dawnwings. Because it doesn't bit later. Like, I can see my opponent Guzmaing my Lati in the future turns just to take a knockout on it, which means my Dawnwings can come in GX and then knock out the Venusaur or the Band. So I'm just kind of covering a bunch of options with the Steven here by getting Choice Band, getting a Guzma, maybe even another energy card in case they play Wonder Labyrinth. If you guys don't know what Wonder Labyrinth does, whenever it gets played down on the field, I guess we'll talk about it then. But it's a very good Prism card. It's good for fairies, but it's also good for kind of like pseudo disruption. Yeah, I got exactly what I thought. Energy, Choice Band. You know, I played these earlier today, but we played like 7 games because camera keeps dying. Oh, in game 2, you're gonna have to experience that too. Luckily, in game 2, we got all the important part of the game. It was just the last turn that got cut off, and I can just explain it. Something to be wary of in game 2. But there's a Coco Prism that gives her just enough energies to take a knockout. Putting a lightning energy because that's all she has is just the one in the discard pile, and that is that is enough damage. What is that? 1, 2, 2, 5, 8, 9. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. No, excuse me there. Is that 270 damage? But anyways, more than enough for knockout. We're going to go ahead and grab Guzma. Because we're just going to Guzma up a Rayquaza and GX it so that we're immune behind on prizes. And then we're going to hold on to the last Guzma in our hand because the last Guzma means that, oh, that should not be attached. I remember seeing that. I was like, that should be a Psychic Energy just so I have that free retreat option for the following turn. If I need it, you never know, right? But since we're on this turn, the only way they can get around me is the Guzma. And since they have no form of healing as far as I'm aware in this deck list, which is my deck list, so I do. But most decks don't play any healing in Rayquaza anyway, so it's not like a huge risk. I know that because as long as my Dawnwings is alive and I keep my Choice Band in hand, so there's no Marshadow or Judge or anything like that, which I believe there wasn't because I think they led with it or something. I don't remember. But we should be pretty safe to just Choice Band, knock out Venusaur, and take 3 prizes per game, which, ugh, I hate that's a thing, but like, these cards are kind of ridiculous. Like, they're a little bit more absurd than I thought they would be. But we're going to go ahead and just, yep, there it is, Guzma for game. That was going to be game 1. Let's go ahead and move on to game 2 here. With Aurabomb in the lead, as it should be. Just kidding. Kate's awesome. It's always so great. Oh yeah, it's once again, you know how it is. We record one game, we let the battery charge, the time of the day shifts. So, ooh, there's that zoom. You guys remember that zoom, dude? Hashtag zoom in the comments. Yeah, we'll fix it before the game actually starts. No worries. But you know how my camera likes to zoom. Oh, I should fix this, but I don't want to fix all recording. We'll see what happens. That's gonna bother me though if I don't fix that. So, whatever. That you guys don't even know what I'm talking about because it's probably gonna fix itself. But no worries, guys. Before the game actually starts, you see me standing there, you see those sweet legs as I try to fix the camera. Camera doesn't do this as much because I did do a little bit of a tweaking, but it still does it occasionally whenever I reset the camera. But yeah, it hasn't been an issue mid-recording yet, which is good because whew, it's always a problem whenever it happens mid-recording. But we're going to be going, I believe we're going first here just because of like some sort of mix-up. Not like it matters too much. We'll see what happens. I actually don't remember. I think we're going second. I don't remember. There was one game where I went first by accident or something like that. Oh yeah, okay. Rayquaza lead with a Giratina lead. Giratina is not exactly a great lead in this deck. Giratina gives us a non-GX attacker that's easy to put on the board, but it's like 3 retreat costs is not great. But in the end of the day, we're still trying to Morgan up the energies onto it, so like the strategy is still the same. But there's to see if my opponent can like Marshadow us early, or if they're gonna use Lily so far. Draw a bunch of cards. Our hand is not great. We have like a 2 Stevens, Dawnwings. We want to put down the Dawnwings because we could potentially lose next turn if we don't put down the Dawnwings with like some crazy Vikavolt Coco plays. So we're just gonna go ahead and Stevens here, and hopefully they don't Marshadow or judge us or anything like that. Just grab a couple of these combo pieces because I'm probably gonna have to use Steven twice in a row because my hand is just energies and 2 Stevens. So not a super great hand. That's one thing with this deck that's kind of wacky is or not really wacky, but like it's kind of lame. Is that sometimes like you just have these bum hands, but like as you saw in game 1, you have these bum busted hands where you have like 3 of the 4 combo pieces and you like top deck a mysterious treasure and get the 5th one or 4th one and then just go ham. But she went for a raw Stormy Winds and got nothing, which is unfortunate, but the manual attachment's pretty good here, and there's a Marshadow, so can we survive them? Can we survive this Marshadow? It's always rough, but let's see. Giratina hitting 130 can deal with not really much. Maybe some like single prize attackers. Not Vikavolt though, because Vikavolt has 150 and we don't have any way to boost our damage output. And we got Steven, which is not bad. Choice Band's okay. I mean, we don't really have anything else in our hand except for Guzman Energy, right? So we can't really do much. Even if we Steven, we don't get down our Latias. Our Latiasos. You're a Latios. You're a your Lati tag team. I don't know what to call these tag teams, right? Too many words, too many syllables. But Vikavolt here, there's Wonder Stadium, so now attacking is going to be a lot more difficult for me, but pretty easy for her because she can easily charge up her Pokemon to have 1 extra energy attachment using Vikavolt. So that Rayquaza is going to have 4 energies. It's only going to hit 120 though, so she is short 1 energy attachment, which is good for us, for sure. We get to survive an extra turn, and we don't try to top deck anything useful, but we can just Steven here. I mean, see, I don't know what we're going to grab. We can probably grab like maybe a couple of the pieces again, and yeah, I'm just not going to attach any energies. We'll hold on to them for now. I don't know what I want to do because I know this Giratina's going to get knocked out anyways. So it doesn't really change anything. If I can get the 3-4 ladies down through some sort of magic, then I can maybe attack with Dawnwings. And we'll see what happens. Like I could get 3 ladies here and then just top deck really well. Or I can get 2 and like a treasure. That's probably better, huh? 2 and a treasure, and hopefully I can top deck either another Ultra Ball treasure or a or like one of the few ladies that I'm missing. I have to remember these names. I think it's Nita, Dana. It's like D-A-N-A. I don't know if to call her Donna, Dana, Diana. I wish it was Diana. But she's gonna go ahead and strong charge here. And then there's Evelyn and Morgan. Morgan being the leader. Which one of those ladies is your favorite? I'm a huge fan of Morgan. I think something about like the leading type is pretty great to me. All right, so we want to GX this turn, right? And no worries, guys. Actually, I did show off the GX in the game 1, didn't I? Where I ended the game using the GX. Did I GX twice in that game? I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't. We'll see what happens. I have to double check that game. I don't know, man. These games are all messy because we record these all late and tired. I am going to go ahead and Ultra Ball for Lele. I think that's all 3 ladies now. I think we did get that top deck we were looking for. Yep, there it is. So we're going to go ahead and try to set up our dude on the active to GX this turn. And it looks like we have more than enough energies. And we're going to attach the extra ones to Lele. And Lele can start taking knockouts too. And maybe we can survive just off of like Lele spam the rest of this game. Never know. So it does play a lot of energies. Not like 33 energies like Gyarados did, but you know, it's a hefty amount. I know there's like 7 water energies, I think, and some amount of psychics. I guess we'll go over in the deck profile. And we're going to go ahead and GX here, take a knockout. immunity. Nice, sweet immunity. And we'll see if we can bring this game back. We have to try to knock out Rayquaza somehow. We have 3 energies. They have 3 energies. We can. Oh, they have 4 energies. So that's 7. They can hit. We're gonna hit 140. If we can attach 1 energy in a choice band, we can technically Guzma up that Rayquaza and take a knockout on it. We don't have that right now, but you know, dreams are nice. But yeah, we're missing the choice band. So unless we can top deck choice band, which we don't, there's no way for us to do it. This deck doesn't play any draw supporters either, because like you don't really need them. I was really skeptical about it because these decks are mainly based off of like really decent Japanese list. But yeah, no, there was no draw supporters in these decks, and I was quite surprised. And when I tested it, I can see why. You don't really need to draw. Like, it's nice to draw, but you generally want to play Stevens or just kind of attach and attack, to be honest. It's all about the whole setup, right? It's a very strange deck, but it works. I was pleasantly surprised because, you know, we play multiple games. We don't just play like these 3, and I've won the majority of them against this matchup at least. I know if it's just like inexperience on both of our side parts, and because my deck is just easier to play. Although, you know, Vicar Ray is not exactly that difficult to play either. I'm just looking up rulings, of course, because it's some of the first times we're playing these decks. Yeah, I was just trying to see what one of the supporters did, because we should take a knockout here. Maybe. We'll have to double check. And then I think I grabbed the one that if she puts that Vicable active, I can grab any 2 cards. She's going to make the Shaman active, obviously, but you never know, right? Go ahead and attach, and that's just knockout. So, hey, we brought it down to 1 prize. Now, all my opponent needs is to get enough energies on the board this turn that would knock me out. They have 5 on the board, so they're hitting 150. If they can get a they're getting rid of the stadium, so it's easier for them to attack this turn. If they can get Tapu Koko or a strong charge here, they win the game. I believe she ran out of energies in her deck, but she did draw cards to get her Tapu Koko because she just Cynthia'd here. This is where the disconnect does happen, I believe. But she just gets Tapu Koko, attaches 1 lightning energy that she has in the discard pile, and that's enough to hit 180, which is knockout. So we're going to go ahead and move on to game 3. She did win that last game. I hate that it cut out because it was very annoying to try to record. But as you can see, we were just doing some test games. Of course, we want to make sure that we can play these games pretty well. But it's going to be game 3, final game. Who do you think is going to win? I mean, don't skip ahead, but let me know who you think is going to win in the comments. Now, Vicar Ray is cool because Vicar Ray is consistent, it has multiple attackers, and it's easily to charge up numbers, the exact numbers that you need, because you have all these brand new, not only non-GX attackers, but like Koko is such a huge accelerator. Like, we're going to be playing Pikachu Zekrom, I believe, in the next video. And my god, Tapu Koko and Thunder Mound really make that deck a lot better than I gave it credit for. But our opening hand is not too bad. Get our 1 mulligan. And my opponent, I believe, yeah, my opponent's going first. We should have been going first here. That's what it was, right? We should have been going first, but we had like this mix-up because we were playing between games. And, or between battery charges, I should say. But it's all fine. It doesn't really matter that much. I mean, it kind of does, but like, well, it doesn't matter too much. Don't worry about it. Just gonna go ahead and get down Grubbin. Shaman lead is kind of whack. We kind of led, I mean, we didn't kind of lead. We did lead Latias, and it's not great because we don't really want to lead Latias. It doesn't really do anything for us unless we get the turn 1 lady combo. But we're just gonna go ahead and Steven here, and hopefully she whiffs the Marshadow, right? For best case scenario. Attach return, and yeah, we'll just Steven get the other ladies that we're missing because we have 1 in hand, so we just need to get the other 3 or like 2. Like I like to get like 2 in a treasure just in case I top deck something useful. It all depends though, because I don't like putting down the ladies, but in the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we're gonna put them down regardless. We kind of have to win like most of our matchups unless we get absurdly lucky like game 1. Although game 1 was pretty lucky, but it's happened to me like 2 or 3 times. It wasn't exactly like the most uncommon thing in the world for me to get like 2 or 3 or 4 or even 4 of the combo pieces in like my opening turns. And the only risky part is that like since you're playing the game, right, you feel like if the longer you play the game, the more cards you thin out of your deck so that it's easier to land energies. But even so, I've been able to pretty happily and easily land energies using a turn 1 too. So that's pretty handy. I believe it's like 20 something energies. It's not 33 like I mentioned earlier, but it's a pretty good amount. Shaman does have free retreat, which is really, really nice about Shaman. We're gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball, I believe, get the last lady that we need here. So we have 3 in our hand, I think. just play down that Giratina just so we can start accelerating energies onto that Giratina. We like to do things. We have fun here. We don't try to do things in these very precise orders because it's all about the showcase. It's not like a professional game or anything like that. We'll be recording some, though, especially after I get my new battery. Oh, I think what I did here... No, I know what I did. I Ultra Balled away the energies, grabbed the Lele just to have it, because I already had all 4 ladies in my hand, and just to put energies in the discard pile, so if I do GX this turn if I need to, then I can easily just GX this turn and have enough energies to attach. But we have more than enough energies here. We're going to attack with Giratina, because it's probably the right play, huh? We can retreat, since it's a 1 energy retreat cost. Attack with Giratina, take a knockout, and keep our fully charged Lati in the back. And hopefully there's no crazy turn for my opponent that they can just Guzma and knock out my Latios. If they can, then it's gonna be kind of awkward, I'm not gonna lie, but I'd rather do this and have my GX in the back. And oh yeah, I remember thinking, oh, I don't want this energy here, I'm gonna actually move it to Lele back here. So we're gonna move it to Lele in the back. I was just doing it because my opponent was just like, hey, don't forget to do it, and I was like, oh yeah, crap, battery's dying, we'll do it quick. But yeah, I'm gonna move this energy back here because I was like, oh yeah, it's probably better, huh? So I don't get knocked out as easily. I don't really mind getting knocked out. It's just, I just don't want to, right? Because I can retreat regardless. We have a switch in hand, Lele in hand, so we can Guzma if we need to. Manual attachment as well. No Wonder Labyrinth to disrupt me. We can Guzma and knock out the Rayquaza. Potentially GX the following turn, although she doesn't have much going on, so we're just going to knock out the Delmise here. I know that we're giving our opponent more turns to start setting up their board, but I think we'll be okay. I just feel maybe in hindsight it was probably better to knock out the Rayquaza while I could. And I think it's because I don't have enough energies to feel comfortable knocking out Rayquaza and stuff like that. But we're a 2 prize lead right now. I'm a little bit afraid of a crazy, like, but she's playing Cynthia. She can't Guzma me this turn. So either I knock out the Shaman this turn and get rid of one huge threat, or I Guzma up the Rayquaza. I'm not too sure how I want to approach this turn, but I know that I can potentially, if things go well, because my hand's looking pretty okay right now, I can potentially pull off a double, another Morgan play game 2, which is pretty nice because that'd be useful. Because I usually, like I said, you only need a Morgan in one game, once per game, which is why it's so important to be running the 3-3-3-0 so you don't prize any. It's easier to draw them, things like that. But you don't really need to do it more than once a game. But whenever you do it twice a game, it just feels real nice. We have not too much here. We're just gonna Guzma, maybe take a couple prizes. But here we're in this weird back foot. We have one of the ladies, and we have an Ultra Ball to grab a Lele to get the other lady. So we need to get somehow 2 more ladies, 2 more of these ladies, and we don't really seem to be having too much right now. But we did take a 2 prize knockout here. We just gotta take 2 more knockouts, maybe 1 more 2 prize knockout to win this game. Replaced with that, so that's actually really annoying because we can't just attach in GX anymore. Because the GX will be able to attach the energies, but won't have that immunity that I really need. So it's a little bit awkward. She's moving the energy because she forgot about Wonder Stadium, but it's fine. His hand's like super awkward. We have 2 Lele, so we actually have 3 of the ladies. So if we can top deck here, any Ultra Ball, Treasure, or the lady that we're missing, one of the 3 ladies that we're missing, we can actually pull off the Morgan play for game 3. Now I think for the, I don't know, it's kind of hard because we've only played Morgan. I think for the live deck profile, we'll do the effects of all the ladies. We did actually top deck, so we can get all 3. The problem is, what do we discard? The water energy, or do we discard like the other Lele? I don't know what discard meant, but yeah, you can see I'm thinking about this place. Like, do I actually want to do it? Do I want to put down all 4 Leles here? I'm going to put down 1 Lele just to see if I have the remaining Lele and 1 of each copy of the girls that I need. Because once again, if I can pull off this play, then we'll be in a really good position because I can just GX pretty safely. I can even retreat and knock him out with Lele, right? And then the following turn, either have a Lele ready to take another knockout or just GX with Lati if it stays safe. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm just preparing my deck to get everything I need. There's 1 lady. There's Treasure for another lady, for a Lele to give me the other lady. And there's a Lele bench to get the other lady. And how often do you guys see all 4 Leles down on your one board? And a lady for each Lele, bro. Look at that. Look at that, all 4 down. Let's go ahead and see how many energies we can land mid-game. We should still land a pretty good amount. We have a pretty solid amount left. We landed 4 energies. It's not too bad. 4 energies here. We can attach 2 to the active. No, we have to attach 3 to one of our Lele's. So we'll attach 3 to like a Lele that can actually attack, and 1 to the active. And then we'll just use our switch, attach it manually. And that means we're just 1 or 2, we're 2 manual attachments away from winning, which is good. But I want to preserve that switch as long as I can. We got Lunala, which we didn't get to show off Lunala, but Lunala is really good too, just as like an attacker that can charge up your Latios and Latias, but Lunala Prism does do the job. That was another one of those off-screen games that I wish I recorded, but it was, once again, new battery is coming in, hopefully in 3 days. Actually, it looks like it's going to be in 5 days, but we'll see. Maybe I'll have like a break between videos just so I can wait for my camera to come in, or my battery to come in, so I can actually record these longer games. But I have 2 more matchups in mind, right? We have Pikarom versus who's Pikarom? Oh yeah, Pikarom versus Ultra Necrozma with the new Viridian Forest Stadium that makes Ultra Necrozma like absolutely busted. It's actually amazing how good that card is. Oh yeah, we're playing Energy Recycle System instead of the one Energy Recycler, because the deck that was doing really well in Japan was playing Energy Recycle System because they want to have manual attachments as well as shuffling back in energies, and they don't need to shuffle in that many energies because they have Vickeray, because they have Venusaur Celebi that can just shuffle everything back in. I'm assuming that's the reasoning behind playing it, and I did like it personally. I think I like it a little bit more than Energy Recycler because it feels a lot more aggro, but this is like as safe as a turn as we can get because my opponent has 5 prizes left. They can only take 1 knockout, and as long as we have a Lati and a bunch of like retreat options, we should win the game no matter what. So we're going to go ahead and attach the other Psychic there. There it is. All right, perfect. Just decided to switch it out between I grabbed the water instead of like another Psychic Energy. And yeah, this is perfect. Like there's no way we can lose right now, unless they somehow have Energy Disruption as well as Guzma at the same time. Like, I don't know. Because they would have to Guzma up a Lele, have Energy Disruption, and then like somehow have spread damage. I don't really know what they could do, but I think no matter what, we just win this game here, which is really nice. Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and Guzma, but there's nothing they can do about it. They can't even attack because of the Wonder Stadium, so we're just gonna go ahead, retreat, and attack for game, and that's gonna be game, guys. That's gonna be all 3 games. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We're gonna have deck profiles of these decks very, very soon. We're gonna start with Latios, and Vickeray. Vickeray is really strong right now. But we had a really broken game 1, which helped us a lot. But it was really fun. It was really funny too. And that game 3 is hilarious, getting down all 3 Leles. Let me know what you guys think of all these decks in the comments down below. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, share, all that good jazz. Let me know what decks you want to see me play in the future, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.